All right, welcome to the Barbershop Podcast, where we help you to navigate the ups and downs of the business behind the chair and help you to turn burnout into a thriving success. My name is Michael Banks. I'm your host. And today we're continuing on in our mini series called Growth, where I am purposely and intentionally trying to expose you to information and people that I think that can just help us grow behind the chair. We have this glass ceiling above us where we have all these excuses of why we can't do something. And we never spend time thinking about what we can do. So one of the things that keeps coming up all the time, every time I present to another barber, another hairstylist about how we need to diversify the way that we earn income, is going to be through selling more services, selling more products. You can't just do a haircut. A haircut is not going to get you out of debt. A haircut is not going to help you to build a sustainable income. A haircut isn't going to be able to help you grow beyond that chair. You have to be able to offer more than just a haircut, because everybody's doing a haircut. You need to have a unique service, a unique value, something that people like know you for, because I think that's the way that you're going to grow a sustainable clientele. And every time I get into this conversation, it never fails. People are always afraid of sales, or they feel nervous about sales. They don't want to get into sales. So I thought, I know somebody that's just really dope at just explaining sales in a really, really unique way. And they understand the hair business. They understand the unique challenges that we face as service providers. And I think that they would just be great to have into this conversation. So I want to reintroduce y'all to those who have not met Angel Jones. She is a business coach and CEO of Golden Angel Management. And I want to just reintroduce her and start this conversation. Angel, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. Of course, anytime we have a discussion about business, sales, and anytime I just can connect with you, I'm always just super excited and very grateful. So I'm just humbled and thankful to just be here and give some value and make some impactful, I should say, raise awareness in a way that's impactful as it relates to sales and business.
Yeah. So you are a full-time business coach, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, everybody, we're just going to jump straight into this because she got calls and all that she needs to get to. But I thank you so much for carving out time in your schedule just to speak to us real quick. How much time do you think you've spent inside a salon or a barbershop? Is this a place you visit often, or
hours? So, of course, I actually am a customer to my hairstylist. So I've spent countless hours. I've been going to salons since I was a child, every 2 weeks regularly. I'm not trying to sound like, super bougie or anything, but it's just, something that I was fortunate enough to experience growing up. And now in my adult life, I have a similar relationship with my hairstylist, because I am not technically, quite talented. Hair care is not my ministry. So I'm so grateful for my hairstylist and all the things that she's done to help me grow my hair. And I don't know, everybody who knows me, my hair changes every season. It seems I like different hair colors. I like different hairstyles. So I've spent a lot of time in the salon. And of course, I do have my hair shaved. You guys can't see it, but my hair is shaved. So I both go to a hairstylist for getting my hair cut, as in terms of like getting the clippers, and then also, of course, a hairstylist for styling and washing, conditioning my hair. So I've spent a lot of time, and I would say countless hours. Yeah. So let me just say that.
Yeah. So within that time, I'm sure there's been conversations going on. Do you see that there is a a challenge within the service-based industry, specifically with barbers and hairstylists and nail techs, where we struggle with sales?
Honestly, every business owner, I believe, struggles with sales. However, in the service based industry, just generally, I feel that we have a disconnect with aligning sales with service,
Yeah.
and that's we don't have a particular emphasis on the skill set of knowing exactly how to bring alignment to sales and service. So the answer to the question is yes. I feel that there is a challenge there. However, once I work with my clients or anyone I connect with and explain sales, I always bring awareness to the fact that sales is service. It's just a way that you position yourself in conversations to where you are not selling, you are servicing, you're solving a problem for a prospect.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think is the cause of that disconnect?
Honestly, I believe it's misconception and honestly poor marketing, because many of us have a um, I'm trying to find a better word than wrong, but we have a false assumption of what sales is, and a lot of times we've been taught that sales is something that it isn't. So we're taught that sales is, aggressive. You have to be tough. You have to be pushy. You have to be assertive, very aggressive, and that's not necessarily true. And so I feel like due to a misconception about what sales is, that causes the disconnect with service providers and business owners about what sales is. It's due to the misconception about what sales is and how sales should be done.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can relate. Like when I first started learning sales, I have learned those aggressive techniques, and I just never was comfortable with that. What are some like
Hmm.
practical ways, or some techniques that your hairstylist or your barber could have used to be able to build a deeper relationship with you as far as service? Because you did say sales is service. So how?
Absolutely.
So what is some techniques that they could have used in the beginning?
Well, honestly, I always say the foundation of sales is relationships. So if I can impart anything to the viewers, it would be to treat your interactions with your prospects like
Yeah.
relationships, and specifically treat it like a romantic relationship. And the reason why I say that is because it's easy for us to wrap our minds around that, because we're all familiar with love. We're all familiar with what that interaction looks like. And it doesn't even have to be a romantic one, but romantic one is what we're most familiar with. But we can also say the same thing with our children. Like, it's a relationship. So be nurturing, be empathetic, be
Yeah.
compassionate, have those characteristics really be showcased to your prospects in those engagements that you have with them. So a technique would be to listen to what your prospect is saying when they're sitting in your chair. Listen to what they're saying, listen to what their challenges are, and actually come back and respond with actual techniques they could employ immediately. So, or maybe not even immediately, but just, after the interaction with you, that's having compassion, that's having empathy with your prospect is something that you can do to increase your sales. Because I will definitely say from personal experience, one thing that my hairstylist did was made me feel seen. She made me feel heard. She made me feel cared for. When she saw, okay, my hair is a little brittle over here, or something is going on there, she gave me a product, or mentioned a recommendation for me to do at home. Those extra touches to say that I'm seen, I'm heard, and you care about me.
Yeah.
Like that, those things are literally what will keep a customer with you, that will keep you standing apart from a stylist that's just doing your hair and that's it.
Yeah.
Always be intentional about remembering that this is a relationship, and you want to nurture it, and you want to nurture it with empathy, compassion, and being able to bring a solution to your prospect.
Yeah. That's good. I've definitely seen the benefits of doing that in my own business, but I also know I had such a strong influence from other mentors, and I've seen this happen a lot with other barbers and stylists, where they feel like they want to just limit their relationship with their customer, with their client,
Mm-hmm.
because they feel like once they have a strong relationship with them, that client begins to abuse certain areas of the business and start taking advantage. I
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
what do you think is the cause of that? Like,
Well, you know, it's so funny because we talk about this all the time. The cause of that is lack of enforcing boundaries and limitations. Just
right,
like you need to in your relationship.
right,
So remember, just like with your children, just like with your spouse, you need to enforce some boundaries. You need to have some limitations to say, okay, these are the parameters of our relationship and these are the guidelines. And we have to stay within these guidelines for us to have a mutually beneficial relationship for growth, right? So you just do the same thing with your prospects. You make sure that you communicate your expectations, your boundaries, and your limitations with your closeness.
yeah,
So, and of course, in a professional way.
yeah. So outside of not understanding your boundaries and your limitations, like what are some other obstacles that you see us as service providers struggle with when it comes to um, I'm a I'm gonna flip the word, instead of saying sales, I'm gonna say service. So what are some other
Well, honestly, it's the operations.
mm,
So all businesses have an operation system, right? And the issue that I see a lot of my clients struggle with, and I do have some clients who are salon owners, of course, and hairstylists. So, and it's something that's across the board for all businesses that are not quite franchised yet. They struggle with creating a systemized process for how they operate their business. So the struggle comes in when it's appearing to the prospect that you aren't organized, you don't properly plan, you aren't prepared
yeah,
for them in a way that they expect and in a way that they should be, you know, in terms of, and of course, I'm sure you've experienced this or even heard this, where we always complain, the prospects always complain about, I had an appointment for 11 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. Why am I not
yep,
being seen?
yep,
Right. Or, you know, oh, I didn't know you took I didn't know you didn't take Cash App.
mm,
You know, it's something about your operations where the communication is not clear. The expectations are not clear. And the process for the client being aware of you, to being serviced, to giving you reviews and giving you referrals for that service, it's not systemized.
yeah,
And it isn't a process that is efficient and effective for your business to grow.
yeah.
So that's one of the main obstacles that they face.
Yeah. I'm play devil's advocate, but I'm an artist. I'm not trying to be locked into a box. Putting systems and trying to structure my day, that's gonna interfere with my creativity. What would be your response?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to be a business owner that's successful, or do you want to be a business owner that's out of business in the next 3 years?
Is there a balance between my creative side and the part of me that needs to be a business owner?
Absolutely. But it's going to take work. So a lot of times, and you know, it's so funny you mentioned that you're an artist, right? I started my management company working with artists.
Mm,
So I used to work with a lot of music artists, music producers, painters, models, right? These creative minds, right? And I was the glue to stick to that stuck creativity with structure because you cannot operate a business successfully without having structure because that will not be sustainable. So if you're creative, which I know you are because you're an artist, you have to be able to understand you. You have to be self aware. So, self awareness is the key for growth in your business, especially as a CEO. So, you need to be aware of how can you best maneuver your creativity with some structure and organization so you can ensure your business is sustainable and successful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So at the core of this, we don't really have a technique problem, right? Right. We're good at what we do,
Hmm.
right? We can cut hair, we can do
Of
hair
course.
well, right?
Hmm.
But listening to you, we don't even really have a sales problem because we have a misconception of what sales is, and we're already selling because we're already serving. So we're
Absolutely.
already selling. The problem is
Yes.
that we don't have operations in mind when we do our business.
Exactly. You don't have an operation system in mind. And a lot of times, and I've seen this with a lot of my restaurant owner clients because it's so common. We start businesses because we love what we do, right? You love cutting hair, so you open up a barbershop. You love cooking, so you open up a
Yeah.
restaurant. However, we forget that this is still a business. You turned a passion into a profitable business, which is great, which is what I always recommend. However, we must always be growing and hold ourselves accountable for the skills that we must develop in order to sustain this profitable business that we started. So, for example, a hairstylist who opened up her own beauty salon because she loved doing hair. Well, you're very skilled at doing hair. Are you skilled in leadership?
Yeah.
Are you skilled in communication? Are you skilled in being able to efficiently and effectively create the operation system for how your business is going to grow and open up a second location? So those are some additional things that we must remind ourselves of as high level CEOs and business owners, that that's exactly what we are. You're no longer just a hairstylist. You're no longer just a barber. You're a business owner, and you are a high level business owner.
Yeah.
So you have to do what high level business owners do. They're consistently growing. They're consistently holding themselves accountable. They're consistently finding ways to improve their service.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. But for somebody like me, I've been doing this 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming to realize that I spent most of my career doing things absolutely the wrong way.
Yes.
I've made some money. I have a stable life. I don't know if I have anything left in me. How could this apply to me?
Well, honestly, we believe that our best is good enough oftentimes in business. However, you may be doing your best, but you have to do what's required for you to grow.
Mm.
So you have to shift your mindset to, I've been doing this for 25 years. I have to own that power, own that growth, own that win, and also at the same time humble myself and accept that there are some things that I still don't know, and I don't know what I don't know, but always be open to learning and growing.
Yeah. That's good.
So for someone who's been in business for 25 years, you have to say, I've been in business 25 years and I still have a lot more growing to do.
Yeah.
Once you accept that, I think that literally will change your perspective about your growth, but also your perspective about your journey. Because this is not a sprint, right? This is a journey that's going to take time. You're going to have to pace yourself through.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
And I think that will really help those who've been in business for a long time. But also look at your data. So I always say, many of my clients are older. They're in their 50s, actually, most of them. So if you've been doing this and they've been in business for over 20 years, right? And I say, well, you've been in business 20 years and you've accomplished a lot of success in this time. Do you feel like you want your business to grow bigger than what it's grown in the last 20 years? Yeah. And they always say yes, right? And so I'm like, you've been doing things one way for 20 years, and what have those results gotten you? It's gotten you some success. However, do you want that success to be at a higher level?
Yeah.
They almost always say absolutely. And I say, well, the things that you've done to get you to here are not going to be the same things that you're going to need to get you to your higher level.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to work on.
Yeah, that's good. So, and for those that are like me that can sometimes get a little overwhelmed with words, can you just simply explain what operations for a hairstylist or a barber like looks like? What is operations?
So operations is honestly the journey your customer takes from finding out that you exist as an expert hairstylist all the way until they are serviced, happy, and giving you referrals and reviews for how amazing you are.
Yeah.
Literally that journey. And it's very detailed. So when it comes to how did they find out about you? When they come in, what do they do? What are the actual step-by-step process that needs to take place in order for your customer to feel like they were serviced in a way that they have never been serviced anywhere else? It was amazing. They had an amazing experience. So you're going to consistently improve and adapt and adjust this process. Your operations process is always going to be improved, and it's going to be tailored because it's going to change over time. So to simply explain it, it's literally the journey your customer takes from the first step in awareness all the way to they're saying, I am no longer subscribed to your business.
Yeah.
That journey is the operations process.
So you saying that I can no longer rely on my gut instinct and how creative I feel to get through the day. I need to have a structure and a task list every single day that I repeat every single day.
Yes, you need a systemized process to service your clients, because we have to stop thinking as if we're the only persons in our business. We want to grow. We want to scale. You need a systemized process that is documented so you can delegate it and actually grow to opening up a second location or a third location.
I got to write this stuff down.
And so you can step up through delegating some of your operations processes. So I only work with high-level CEOs, meaning CEOs who want to operate at a level of growth that they can actually become just the CEO. Because a lot of my customers, when they meet me, they are the CEO. They're also the marketing manager. They're also the HR manager. They're all the things, right? And they wear all of the hats. Well, we want to make sure at Golden Angel Management that you can now operate as the CEO and begin working on your business and not be so much in your business. So you cannot do that if you don't have a systemized process for how you service your customer that's documented so you can delegate it and then move on to higher level operations things.
That's good. I got thrown off by the idea of like, sound like I got to write all this stuff down. Like it needs to be on paper.
Well, I mean, this is where we can leverage technology, ChatGPT. We can leverage AI. We can leverage other things to help us. But I always say one of the biggest obstacles, and maybe I should have said that, but I'm glad you jogged my memory. One of the biggest obstacles that we face also in service-based and even business overall, even product-based businesses, is we feel like we have to do everything ourselves. Yeah. Let's leverage other people, other things, other resources so we can make our lives easier.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So how can we get started on this? Like what's step one to growth in our business by not focusing on services, but implementing operation systems into our business so that we can really grow?
Well, the first step is assessing your business in a way to ask yourself, what are the things that absolutely need to get done in order for me to have happy customers?
Yeah.
What has to happen first? And write those things down, because you need to see what should take priority in your business. So that's the first step, is first assessment. The second step is, once you have that data of what needs to happen, you need to ask yourself, okay, what do I love doing? What do I I could take doing it, but I could take it or leave it to do. And then what do you absolutely hate doing? The thing that you absolutely hate doing, that's something you need to delegate first, because we don't want to lose our passion for our business because of the operations. And a lot of times I see that happen with customers where they are doing the thing they hate doing in their business to, if they continue that over time, it compounds and they end up hating their business. When you don't necessarily hate the business, you just hate that aspect of your business. You love what you do. That's why you started it. But if we don't have an intentional plan and process for how we approach this, then it can go left. So, of course, the last thing is to make sure that you, after you've assessed these things, you get you a coach, get you a mentor, get you someone who's been where you want to go and who can help hold your hand through the process of taking your business to the next level.
Yeah, that's good. I think you've given us a lot to chew on, a lot to think about. And I think that this conversation is going to separate those that are doing hair and as a hustle and those that are really trying to grow a real sustainable business.
Yes.
I don't want to overwhelm us right now because we got a lot of work to do. We got some homework and stuff to do. We got to write some stuff down. We need to go through the customer's journey now. And we need to do some assessments. In the event that somebody like me that has all this information and they need a business coach, can we reach out to you?
Absolutely. And I always say, I was going to change this, but I'm going to keep it the same. My initial consultation is always free. So you can just go to my website at goldenangelmanagement.com and book a free strategy call so I can help you take your business to the next level.
Yeah.
We'll assess exactly the things that we talked about in this call, on this interview.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to chat with us a little bit. And thank you for clearing up that sales is not a scary word, because we're already doing it. We're already doing it. And we don't have a sales problem. We have an operations problem.
Yes. Well, some people.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Sales is service. However, if you aren't servicing anybody, then you won't be in business long anyway. So there are some skills that you will need to have, like communication, knowing how to overcome objections, knowing how to present yourself. Yes. However, that I feel is, like you said, that's the least of our concerns. We really just, as long as you focus on how you're servicing, the sales will come.
Yeah. And with the other skills that you just named, do you also offer training in that?
Absolutely. So I offer a sales training that specifically talks about the skills that you'll need to implement to evolve as a salesperson. So presentation, prospecting, overcoming objections, properly recommending services, and then of course discovering the pain points to your client. That is a service that I offer at Golden Angel Management, and we are more than happy to assist.
All right, thank you. Hey, guys, y'all heard it right now. We got the plug now. So now we have everything that we need. We have the resources, we have the people, we have the mindset and the community that we need to really grow our business. Angel, thank you so much for spending time with us. And I'm just going to end it right here.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have any last minute words, anything you want to share before we close out?
Yes, I guess the last thing I want to mention is, as you're in your business, as you're doing all of the things and wearing all of the hats, make sure you are enforcing your BOSS BBL. That is your balance, boundaries, and limitations. I am so passionate about making sure I raise awareness of this, because as high-level CEOs, we struggle with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and we struggle with those and managing all of the things. So be intentional about enforcing your BOSS BBL. And of course, I'm here to help you. I'm your Golden Angel.
All right. Angel, thank you.
You're welcome.